Ethan Klein finally voiced his opinions on Trisha since the huge meltdown the other day after they got cancelled and was begging for H3 to stop. But what Trisha doesn't realise is that H3 literally isn't coming for them, nor are they exposing them. Rather, everyone has called Trisha out on their BS, and Trisha simply can't handle it. Ethan recently tweeted, "Trisha has accused me of sending a hate after her. That's literally all she's tried to do since the first day Frenemies ended. I've not even mentioned the allegations once on the podcast. She is lying and saying it's our fault. We have nothing to do with this hate mob. If Trisha wants me to stop talking about her, then she needs to stop lying about me. Her teacher is being pissed for one reason only. She mentioned him by name, school and year, and told people to look him up. She needs to take responsibility and stop blaming me for her shit." Yikes, literally everyone has turned against Trisha. So many people were agreeing with Ethan's tweets. So, moving on from this, Moses, who is Trisha's fiance, most likely has a huge lawsuit coming his way. His ex is pissed at what he allegedly did to her, and rightfully so. Today we will be investigating everything that will most likely be in a lawsuit if there is one, and warning, it's really, really bad. Trisha is so mad that her perfect fiance is getting exposed for some horrific things he allegedly did to his ex-girlfriend. Trisha is claiming that Moses' ex is lying and that she's just obsessed with Trisha and Moses, which I find such a conceited thing to say. Daphne, Moses' ex, is very stunning. Sure, she may have been a former fan of Trisha and H3, but I think that conceited response from Trisha really shows who's in the wrong. Basically, for those of you who don't know, let me get you up to speed a little. Two of Moses' ex-partners have come forward against him in recent months to accuse him of lying about his sexual history and stuff. This all happened shortly before he started dating Trisha. Trisha and Moses have since acknowledged the claims, and Trisha has released text between her and I think it was a T page explaining how Moses' ex, whose name is Daphne, has mental health problems and needs help because she's just obsessed with Moses. Here we can see the T page DM Trisha and had said, "No prob, I never wanted to start shit. I just felt bad he was dissing you like that. And then again while you two were still speaking. Oh babe, thanks for looking out. Everyone has preconceived notions of me, but trust me when I tell you, it has never been harder inside me. He's a good one, treats me like a princess, and Def has been doing lots of making up for it. But again, I just don't want her encouraged by getting attention. She needs to get offline and get some therapy. I've been there before, but throwing aside and constantly comparing herself to me needs serious help. Unfortunately, I, nor Moses, nor you can help, and it's not safe to do so. She needs professional outside help and not communication with people she's It's so sad. So what happened was Moses and Daphne were dating for 3 months, but she had to leave for college, making the relationship long distance. The text messages about Trisha that we're going to be exposing today were just before Moses and Trisha started dating. So first of all, let's investigate the cheating rumors, because Moses was allegedly cheating on his girlfriend Daphne at the time with Trisha, as Moses and Daphne were in a long distance relationship. They would text back and forth making fun of Trisha, yet Trisha still stays with him even after reading these messages. This is the Trisha that liberals want. Now, because Trisha's so hot, because I don't want to be part of it. When the bacon goes bad, I saw a photo of Trisha today. The man of your dreams. Can't unsee Kermit's. I didn't even see that. So obviously these texts are just mean. The stuff he said about Trisha, even though they weren't technically in a relationship, it's just bad. His whole positive vibes he puts out into the world is clearly a facade. So when Daphne first exposed Moses' texts on her Instagram, all hell broke loose. And there are so many things wrong with these messages, so many things contradicting Trisha's morals. Basically, you know how Trisha's always like, oh, it's so weird for a 40-year-old to date a 20-something-year-old? Well, Moses, her fiance, was literally 40 dating a 20-something-year-old who had to get picked up by her parents from a date. Something is just so off about all this. So here were some of the messages that Daphne leaked exposing her ex, Moses. Here we can see Moses shared a pic of his cats. Daphne said, oh, I miss them. I'd love to see you again soon. If you've got any free time. Spring break maybe. Moses responded, let's see what happens. I might be married to Trisha by then. Oh God, if you Vegas marry her before me, I'll be devastated. I'll just give her a baby baby and collect child support. Eating dinner, Ethan just told me it's a secret. Trisha is going to be the next bachelorette. No way. They've got to sort out the season first before planning another. Welcome to the H3 podcast. Geez, Trisha would be really entertaining for it. Exactly. That's why they don't want to miss it and do it while she's still up to it. I mean, I'm not against them skipping straight to her. I kind of like the current bachelor. And then back to me. Sad face. I might apply. For Trisha? I knew it. They want me to apply. It's all for the show. And another text said, are you going to sneak out at night to see me? You want me to? I'm down. I just can't wait to see you. Love heart emoji. Should we meet somewhere and get a drink? Sure. Everything's probably super crowded. It's Valentine's Day. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Come here. What time do you think you can leave? No, you see how it feels. Haha. Less than 100 miles away from each other. 99, 98, 97, 80. Who's picking you up? I think my dad is. One of my parents is. Are you sure? Let me know if not. I'm sure. I don't want you waiting for them there. They better be on time. They'll be there. Are you my parents? Yes. Please bring the kids. I haven't seen them in so long. You're obsessed. Excuse me for being obsessed with our kids. Someone has to. You just left them and went to the middle of nowhere. Live your hippie life with Jason. I did it for the hot pickles. They'll understand when they're older. I showered for you too. She then left a disclaimer. Jason was my roommate's friend. They all knew about Moses and he knew about them. Daphne then leaked more messages, as we can see here. She'd said, hey, are you okay? More internet drama? Hey, the usual. At least got finally attention to my channel. That part is doing really well. Oh, I see. Figured. Did you see my last video? I saw you posted one, but no, it's people's favourite so far. I did get sent a snippet of Trisha saying, all your Korean girlfriends and you never tried fried cheese. Yeah, she was talking about you, which made me feel not good. But also, they're not called fried cheese. Haha. Why you never took me? What did you tell her about me? Feel not good? I actually told you several times and you never came to see me. It wasn't personal. Just ask me who I dated in the past, as far as nationality, because she made it sound like you just date and dump Korean girls. Lol. No? What? She is like that. Only had one. So she'd tease and say, you're K girlfriends. And then later, here's where Daphne started questioning Moses and Trisha's relationship. Moses said, I don't know what labels to put on things. 2 weeks in quarantine, getting to know each other, and it didn't work out. What would you call that? Wow, it was only 2 weeks? Less. They know how to make something out of nothing. Are you a pickup artist? I just watched your video and that was a lot. I can relate to her confusion and hurt. Which video? H3 ruined our relationship. OMG, kind of strings. It is not all true. Woof. So many details were made to make her look like a victim. She actually told me she never wanted to see me again before they said it is over, and many more crazy stuff she did. What kind of friendship is this that she didn't include there? This sounds toxic. It was pure crazy. Oh Moses, I should have been more crazy for you, lol. She drove to my house in the middle of the night saying she will drive into the building. I, though, would be really upset if I was just some conquest. Oh god, you know me. I know the last time you seemed very hurt by all the and attention from H3H3, so I wanted to check in and make sure you're moving along. I'm over it. Last podcast they mentioned my channel for the first time since they started on YouTube. This is what it took to make them do it. But don't you think that's manipulative? I didn't mean on my part. Like this was a way to get back, so you can have attention on your channel? In general, no. They saw their reflection. Trisha was so supportive of my channel and they realised that they haven't been. So they started to now. They sent me texts like they liked my new video and such. First time. I ignored it and didn't think about it. Now that it happened, I realised how crazy it is that only now. Yeah, remember I talked to you about that and you mentioned they're protective of you, but I didn't see it as protective in a way. Not that you're entitled to ride their coattails, but still, it would be nice of them to shout you out. I never asked for anything. I supported them blindly since they're family. They didn't, which is okay. Exactly. You gave them their first camera. It was more than that. So what I'm getting from these text messages, I don't know about you guys, but I feel like H3 is kind of a bit, how do I say this, selfish when it comes to clout. Like they really don't want to share it with Moses. I mean, they share it with Ethan's parents, but they don't really share it with anyone else in his family. So I really feel like Moses wanted a YouTube career and his brother-in-law and sister weren't really helping him out. So when he met Trisha, he was like, ding, 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 I have my meal ticket. And boy, oh boy, yes, he does. He's got a Ferrari, a flash house now. It's like I said from the beginning, he was always looking for that meal ticket. And especially now that we've seen those leaked text messages of him saying that he was going to improve impregnate Trisha and allegedly get child support money out of her. Like, hello? We're really starting to get an idea of just who Moses really is. So when Keemstar brought these text messages to light on Twitter, Trisha responded, "This is literally such old news. We talked about it on the first episode of Frenemies. People need to really move on. Before we even talk to each other, this girl is obsessed with me and it's really scary. Moses isn't innocent either, but we've obviously worked past it and the awful stuff I did to him. Why are people still so pressed? Damn. Why are people saying you lied about /SA? I addressed it on my live. It makes me absolutely sick to talk about it. I do not entertain hate that know nothing about the situations involved." So obviously Daphne is very hurt by what Moses did to her, and rightfully so. Daphne recently got in touch with the T page to expose what life is really like behind the scenes of H3, Trisha and Moses, and prepare to get shocked.
That Ethan's parents were using him for money because the parents are really broke, that they used to live in Mexico because they were trying to avoid paying taxes, and that they had a house in Mexico, whatever, and then they moved back to America because Ethan's parents bought them a house. Yeah, I honestly don't remember like anything else, but he 100% was talking shit about them. He always fucking hated them, whatever. He's obsessed with the subreddit. I told you that. I don't fully remember what his username is, but it's not hard to find. I've sent it to you before. It's probably like in an old screenshot. It's easy to find if you just like literally if you just Google it. You could find his subreddit, his actual Reddit account, and see all the shit he replies to and stuff, because that's how I had found out he was like seeing Trisha and shit, was because I was getting suspicious, you know, like on audio or whatever. If you do decide to show this or leak this or whatever, I don't know, because like I said, I don't care. He absolutely loves when he gets hate. He loves it. He lives off of it. He thrives off of it. He loves it, point blank. That's it. He loves it. So all the hate he's getting, like, I'm 25 now, but at the time, like, dude, you were dating someone in college. That's weird. You're like 50 years old. I don't know how old he is, like 40, 45? I don't know. Dating a 23-year-old. Actually, I think I was 22 at the time. I don't know. I really don't know. Because I'm really like, he's obsessed with the subreddit. I told you that. I don't fully remember what his username is, but it's not hard to find. I've sent it to you before. It's probably like in an old screen. Ugh, it feels icky. It feels icky because I know, looking back on it now, I know he took advantage of the fact that I was younger and that I was a huge fan of H3, because he literally would show me like his, like the inside jokes about the podcast. He would show it to me like while we were on his couch, and then he like hands me alcohol or whatever, and then I'm not saying anything bad about that though, like he didn't me or anything like that. He hands me out, starts kissing me and shit, and one thing leads to another, blah blah blah. But it's like, dude, you took advantage of that. I was surrounded by H3 jokes.
Daphne recently shared to her Instagram story some really shocking allegations against Moses, and unfortunately Trisha is straight up blatantly accusing her of lying, even though she's always claimed to believe the victim first. Daphne said, "When we had he me, it was agreed that we would use protection, and midway he removed it. To other victims, I did not know about you and I'm so sorry you're going through this. He lied to multiple people about his history and put us women at risk. I'm all about positivity, but that's not what this is. He is dangerous. I didn't see it back then because I was clouded by how I felt about him and tried to justify everything. When we spoke last year, he blamed me for everything, saying I was destroying the podcast and ruining H3's career. I was at college in the middle of nowhere, a total loner, and then I was thrust into this. Of course I believed him. I changed my mind and don't want to speak to any drama channels or even H3 about it. I'm sharing what I'm comfortable with sharing right now. Please respect and show love to others who are speaking out. I was ashamed and still loved him and didn't want to admit to myself that it was wrong, but it is. I was disgusted with myself and felt worthless. He knows I've been a past, which led to my diagnosed anxiety/panic disorder. For anyone asking for a video, I'm a full-time student working full-time. I don't have time to get dolled up for a video and edit it, so this is the easiest way for me to speak out. When Moses got exposed, he had taken to Twitter to defend himself, but unfortunately for him, by attempting to expose Daphne, he exposed himself in the process. Recently, there has been a serious allegation made against me that is not true. I've chosen to not give attention to it out of respect for this person's well-being, but now the lies have gone too far. I met met this person only once in real life on February the 14th or the 15th, 2020. She is not my ex. She was never my girlfriend. I'm showing these texts to show the timelines of what actually happened. I made it clear I didn't want to lead her on and that it's nobody's fault. She continued to ask me to meet up with her and have a relationship with her after I made it clear I didn't feel we were a match. She got upset with me and Trisha started dating well after we stopped talking and continued to play with me to date her and not Trisha. It's been a year and a half of this person spreading lies, but now this new false cannot be ignored. Please read this thread for the text messages when we were communicating. Here we can see Moses said, "It stresses me out, not help. Okay, I'm sorry. I have a mother. They worry for me too much and it took me years to get over that. I'm going to post more videos and help like that. I care in the way my culture taught me. I see now that it's not how you want, but I'm learning from that. Thanks. Can I ask for a request though? It's silly, but it'll help me, I think. Could you follow me back on Instagram? That hurt because it seemed like you were embarrassed by me somehow. I don't want to lead you on. I don't want to give you false hope. Okay then. But friends, I feel like there's a lot I can still learn from you. You know me. I live a lonely life and teach people from afar. I can't do my work when things like this happen. I'm not a normal person or friend, and you will be disappointed with me again. I won't be disappointed if I understand you. If you live an isolated life, I respect that, but a lonely life isn't healthy for the mind. Same, maybe that wasn't good. I'm sorry I hurt your feelings, not my intention ever. I'm sorry I hurt yours as well. It was never my intention. I care about you a lot, even now. Too much. That's why I worry and can't help it. Yeah, I can't control that. I know you can't control yourself. It's not a choice. That is why I can't trust you. If you saw all the tweets, I said I was having a panic attack. I don't want to keep thinking about what I must have done wrong. You did nothing wrong. Not everyone are a match. I never said that you did something wrong when we met. Dating is about finding your match, not f***ing it. It takes two, not one. You did nothing wrong. You couldn't change the outcome. Exactly though, not forcing it. You won't know after the short time we spent together. We had a good connection before meeting. I do know. Daphne then said, thought I should let you know I made my Instagram and Twitter public again. I deleted everything that has to do with you. I unfollowed you on Instagram and Twitter. I'm sorry that you're going through this. I never wanted to be a part of this and I accept full responsibility for that stupid tweet about her taking my guy in the photo. I'm deeply sorry for any hurt I may have caused you. It was never my intention. I'm a nobody from the middle of nowhere and never could have imagined she would see that. I had a beautiful Valentine's Day with you and it was a night I really needed. It was nice to have a mental escape. All I signed up for was getting to know you and I hoped it would have led to more, but you said it obviously wasn't the same on your part. That's okay. I'm not upset or anything about that. If you don't feel it, you don't feel it. That's no one's fault. I'm sorry that you regret meeting me. I've only ever been with someone for 2 months and that was extremely long distance. I'm new to dating, but maybe it's just not for me. Thank you again for such a lovely Valentine's Day. It's a memory I will always cherish. Like you said, in the end, you'll see who had your heart and mind. I won't leak any convos/pics or anything. I have no interest in exposing anyone. I wish you nothing but happiness and light. Very much enjoyed a look into your world. Maybe when this blows over, we can get to know each other again. Until then, love, Daphne. So I don't know how you guys feel about those messages, but a lot of people were saying that it shows just how manipulative Moses was. So since all this has gone down, Daphne took to Reddit and posted this. Honestly, I gave up a few days ago. I already planned on going radio silence due to the chaos and hateful messages. Thank you H3 and H3 fans for standing in solidarity in whatever small way. I know it's easier to not believe or put the person who hasn't shown their face in the corner. I've gotten hate and dismissal during this crazy week, but the compassionate ones stick with me the most. And I thank H3 for not accusing me. Now the healing for me is my own burden and responsibility to move forward. I guess there was a reason why I enjoyed H3 in the past as a young lady. Daphne also very recently took to her Instagram story and had said this: I won't be posting about the situation for at least the next week. I'm sorry for any undue stress/worry this situation has brought on all families involved. I just wanted to do a little Q&A to remind everyone that we are real people, since that seems to be forgotten sometimes. Thank you again for all the loving and supportive messages. Now, I'm not exactly sure who she was referring to when she was apologising for the stress and the worry that this situation has brought on. I don't know who the families she was referring to, maybe her own, maybe H3's family, seeing as it kind of sounded like Ethan and Hila were defending her on Twitter. But anyway, let me know your thoughts on all of this in the comments.